Hello everyone out there on YouTube, and welcome to episode 19 of my Doctor Who action figure reviews. In today's review, as promised, we are looking at the Silver Nemesis Cybermen from the 7th Doctor story, Silver Nemesis, the 25th anniversary story for Doctor Who. Now, these two Cybermen are a Forbidden Planet exclusive that was released a couple of years ago, and to be honest, they're a very good pair of figures. Most people, when this set was first announced, were quite concerned that these weren't going to have much differences to the Earthshock Cyberman, which came out not long before. But looking at the figures, they are actually two very good distinct variants of the Cybermen. If you stand them side by side, you can actually see the differences between the two figures. There's not really a single detail that is the same as on the Earthshock Cyberman. So this set features two figures. It's a Forbidden Planet exclusive, and it basically features the same figure with a minor repaint and two Cyberguns. So basically what you have is a Cyber Leader and your standard Cyber Drone. The good thing about these is they're very easy to army build, because even though they do cost quite a lot, is because you can just paint the handlebars silver and you've got more Cybermen. But anyway, let's take a look at these figures. I'll start with the articulation. I'll move the Cyber Leader to the back, because everything that I can say about the Cyber Leader I could basically say about with the Cyberman, as they are basically the same figure. So I'll just take away the new Cybergun that the Cyberman comes with. The articulation is basically the same, well, almost the same as the previous Cyberman released. The arms actually can do a 360. It's got bicep articulation, the arms can bend, the wrists can turn as well. Initially when you get this figure they won't turn very easily, because they're made of rubber and they've got a stiff joint, but if you're just very careful and turn them, then you'll be alright. But just be careful with these Cybermen, because they've got very rubbery hands, so if it turns it feels like it might snap, but it is okay. Just be careful with the hands whenever you move them, as they are made out of a very soft, of a fairly soft rubber, and we don't want it to break, otherwise you'll have to get another set. Other than that, the torso doesn't turn, it's hindered by, oh wait, it does turn a little bit. It actually do a 360 if you're careful. You can actually turn them all the way around, and legs go forward and backward and can bend, and they have thigh articulation that does 360, but there is no ankle articulation, as the shoes of, well, the feet of these Cybermen are part of the sculpt. So that's the articulation. I shall now go into the detail of the figure. The Cyber head is brilliant again. It's very close to the Earthshock head in the design. However, there are some subtle differences. The first one, which you won't be able to see on camera, is the jaw, which is still clear, is still a transparent plastic. However, now it's got sort of a perspex effect on it, like a grid effect, which has been sculpted onto it, which these Cybermen did have. I wish I could show you on camera, but as you can see it's just too blurry close up, but it is there. If you've got the figure, you can go and check it out. It's a very nice detail. And the only other difference with the head is this new headpiece here. It's like the headlamp or whatever it was. That used to be the like sticker thing. I think that was perspex. The black, it was initially a green colour in Earthshock, and then became black in Attack of the Cybermen. These Cybermen didn't have that. These had the round headlamp thing, kind of like the Invasion Cybermen. So that's a very nice difference. And actually, if I just move back, that actually looks like it's sculpted into the head. It doesn't look like it's a separate piece that clicks in, which is fantastic detail. Other than that, the head is basically the same around the back, and it's got the same two screws on the sides there, or on the back there, where the actor's head was screwed in. But other than that, standard head. So the detail. Well, one thing I will point out first is the colour. Obviously Cybermen are silver, as with the title of Silver Nemesis. However, these Cybermen in Silver Nemesis, as some of you may or may not know, were made in a chrome metallic silver. Now, this hasn't been done on this set. They've been painted in the standard Cyberman silver paint, and to be honest, I don't mind. It looks pretty damn good, if I'm honest. I think they look very, very nice with just the standard matte silver finish. I think if they'd have been in chrome, it would have looked a bit silly and it might have been a bit garish. But anyway, the chest unit is a new sculpt as well. It's now shorter. This usually is a lot longer and goes down to about here, the crotch area. So the sculpt has basically remained the same. It goes a bit further up here. It pushes up to the head a lot closer than with previous Cybermen. The differences, however, are obviously the heart, or the centre of the chest unit, is now not got the black perspex square, and now has these holes in it, which you may or may not see on camera. You can just about see them there, which were on the original Cybermen. They were there. I checked the episode, and you can see all the detailing inside, which is very, very nice. All the pipes and the heart-shaped object inside, and the screws, which is all very, very good. These Cybermen have new piping compared to the Earthshock ones. The Earthshock Cybermen have two pipes coming out of both sides here that go around and around the back, and they're very tight to the neck. This one, however, has one thick tube that goes straight around the back and into the back of the chest unit, which is excellent. And this just plugs in here, as you can see, and is actually part of the sculpt, so this isn't going to come out very easily. And you've got the three wires here going down on each side, which go back round and connect back to the front of the chest unit, which the other one didn't have. It had that big tube that went around the back and clipped into the back of the boiler suit of the Cyberman. And then obviously this bit is different on the Cyberman. It's like venting. This used to be just like a flat black piece. On the Earthshock Cyberman, it's now these two. It's like sort of vent, sort of detailing thing on the chest unit, which is very, very nice. And the thing that makes this very different to the Earthshock Cyberman is, of course, the boiler suit. Now, as you can, this was the point that was the reason why people were complaining that it was going to be no different to the Earthshock ones. They thought the boiler suit would basically be the same sculpt with all the same detailing and probably the moon boots, and they wouldn't be much different. But no. You've got a completely brand new sculpt of the boiler suit. It's completely different. It's got none of the previous details, and it's excellently detailed, this boiler suit. As you can see, just looking at that, all these creases around here and down the trousers, on the back, on the arms. It's painted in silver with the black wash of paint over it to highlight all the little details that you can see, all the pattern on there, which is very, very nice. So the boiler suit is excellently detailed. They did a great job with this variant of Cyberman. You've got the bands around the arms here, which look quite strange on the actual Cyberman because they're quite loose, but on here they're sculpted on quite nicely and tight. And they've got this bit here, which I have no idea what it is. It just holds them in place. And they're on the legs as well, wrapped around here. And the other thing I quite like is how the shoes are now covered by the actual suit. The suit in Silver Nemesis went over the shoes and covered it up and made it look like one whole unit, one whole body, rather than somebody in a suit wearing shoes. And the hands are different to the previous hands. It's not the gloves, the other gloves that originally had. These are the cricket gloves that these Cybermen used. It's even got all the detailing on. It's got the little bits that cricket gloves have there. It's got the split down there where the zip is, which has been covered by the kind of flare of the wrists, which these Cybermen did have. And the only thing that is different is that these Cybermen in the story, if you pay close attention to this hand or the other hand in some cases, is over the first two fingers there should be one thick piece of rubber which goes over the Cybermen's hands, but this has been removed. You will see it quite obviously on the Cyber Leader, even on the pictures of the box. that he's got this big thick piece over to the first two fingers. Why on earth that's there, I don't know. But character options have removed this because, I'll be honest, it did look daft. Why would they have two fingers missing on their hands? Not a clue. So I don't mind the fact that it's missing. It's not like the celery on Peter Davison's lapel, which was vital to his costume. It's not vital to the Cyber costume having that piece of rubber. So I think it's okay that they've taken it away. And basically the last thing to look at is the Cybergun. The Cybergun, as you can see, is completely different to the original Cybergun and the attack guns. This is the one piece of plastic. It's really cool, this. It's got the shoulder support there, the stock sculpted as it was in the show. It's got all these little screws in it, and then the gun is sculpted the way it is in the show with the black pieces, and there's so much detailing into this, even on top of there. It's got the front car air freshener bit there. I'm sorry, this is a bit blurred. They're very fiddly, these guns. It's got the car air freshener bit on the front there, and all the little detailings, which is very nice. The one thing that puzzles me is how on earth do they fire these things, because there's no trigger anywhere on this, as I can see. If anybody can let me know how they fired these guns and let the little smoke puff out of there, please let me know. I've always wondered that. And unfortunately, because there's no strap, this gun is even harder to get into the hands of the Cybermen than the Earthshot one, but this is how I tend to do it. I get the Cybermen to grasp, well, as you can see, even now, I've done this several times, it's still struggling. I get it to grasp the barrel, tuck the shoulder support underneath, well, it will do, and basically bring the other hand underneath so you can hold it there, and there you go. The Cyberman is ready to shoot the German soldiers, or Doctor, or Lady Painfort, and it looks really, really cool. And the last little mention is dropping his gun. The Cyber Leader, just basically the same figure, but with black handlebars. As you can see, they're different to the other Cyber Leader's handlebars. There's no silver sections on this one. They're just completely black, which is okay. I don't mind. It's not too drastic a difference. The only thing that puzzles me is why we don't have a Cyber Leader from the early 80s, like Earthshock Cyber Leader or an Attack Cyber Leader. Puzzles me, but you can just do that by getting another Earthshock Cyberman and painting it yourself. So that's basically it for these two figures. And as a little comparison, there is the Earthshock Cyberman there. As you can see, just looking, if I just bring these two forward, you can see the differences instantly in these two figures. It's completely different. So both of these variants are worth getting if you're a big fan of Cybermen. Ooh, I've knocked over my Cyber Leader. I mean, I'm personally not as big a fan of Cybermen as I am of Daleks, but I like classic Cybermen. Not too fond of new series Cybermen. The newest ones are okay, but other than that, not too fussed. But Cybermen are great in the classic era. They were just brilliant. So that is everything to say in this review. So, thank you for watching this review, guys. If you'd like to purchase the Silver Nemesis Cybermen, you can purchase them online on Forbidden Planet, or you can get them in a Forbidden Planet shop. They are exclusive, so they might be difficult to track down, but they are definitely worth it. I would definitely buy them. You can only get these in Forbidden Planet, possibly Underground Toys, I'm not sure, as they are exclusives. And these should cost you, I believe it may be £20 to £25 in store, but since it's been a few years since these came out, I don't know, they may be a little bit cheaper if there's a sale on. So if you want these figures, definitely try and track them down. You could possibly track them down on eBay. The price may be a bit higher on there, as like I said, exclusive figures. If you'd like to know more about these figures, go to Batman March's blog or Batman March's YouTube channel. He's also done a review of these Cybermen, and so feel free to check out what he says. And just a little thing, thank you Batman March for putting my little trailer on your Facebook page. If you haven't seen my trailer, please go and check it out. It's on my channel. And yeah, that's basically it. So thank you for watching this review, guys. My next review, episode 20 and 21, are going to be slightly different to others. Usually every 7th episode I do, it's a two-parter, which may be the case. However, this time I'm having episodes 20 and 21 as two interlinking reviews. Those of you who've been to my channel recently may have noticed I posted a video called The Firsts and Lasts trailer. Obviously it's close to the time of the Doctor episode now, which is Matt Smith's final story, so to mark the occasion and to bring the 50th year of Doctor Who to an end, I will be reviewing The Unearthly Child, First Doctor and TARDIS, which I just recently bought after many years of trying to track it down. And then I will be doing a Time of the Doctor, 11th Doctor special review, looking at all the 11th Doctor era figures, well, the key ones, like mainly Doctors and Companions, possibly a few relevant villains to the episode, as it will probably be the last time I review a Matt Smith figure. The 11th is going to fall. It's time for 12th Doctor Peter Capaldi to arrive, so it's time to say goodbye to Matt Smith in the way that I would like to. So thank you for watching this review, guys, and I will see you in my next episode.